All right, Rami, can you hear me, bud? If it's just you, it'll be real quick. Just a quick little study session then. Need you to make sure I'm not muted. No, I'm not. Need you to type you can hear me, Rami. There you go. All right. Oh, Abdel's here. All right. Um, since it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people here, maybe there is. I don't know that, but I'm not gonna have my chat up. Oh, okay, y'all are coming in. I'll double check back in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Um, And then if there's more people here, I'll get my regular chat up, and that way I can see what's typing at the same time, because otherwise I can't. All right. Um, so the test tomorrow is basically going to be on this stuff. One we took a quiz on already. The quiz is harder probably than the test, if we're being 100% honest. And I told you I did that on purpose, um, mainly because you guys, I don't think we're taking it too serious. So well, here we have the federal courts. The first one is with jury, and I didn't upload my PowerPoints from my hard drive at school yet, so I had to find one online. Um, Judge and a jury. So remember the third one down is your trick. So if you're having problems, grab a piece of paper, write down write down the courts in order. Supreme Court of Appeals, U.S. District 1, 2, 3 has a jury. On the state side, 1, 2, 3 is going to have a jury. All right. So they're going to have original. Pretty much the lower you go, the more likely you're to have original, because that's where it's got to start, and you work your way up. Because every time you see an arrow going up, it means that somebody appealed it. So original means where it starts, because it's at the bottom. You got to work your way up, just like in a job. This one only has appellate, appeals, appellate, appeals, appellate. It's telling you the answer without actually saying, ding, 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 here's the answer. We got judges, no jury, so multiple judges. It depends on which state you're in. Or I'm sorry, my apologies, because we're talking about federal. It depends on which federal court system you are in. Most of the time, it's going to be five. Um, Depending on some circumstances, it could be seven, but most time it's usually ranging around five. Um, and then we have the U.S. Supreme Court. It's going to be 9 justices. All right. So, I doubt they ever ask that, but in case, 9 justices, no jury. They have appellate, so again, boom, you see the arrow. There's another arrow going this one, so it means it has to have appellate jurisdiction. And it has also what's called limited original. It's the only court that has limited original. Because what it means is that sometimes, in really, really big circumstances, let's say that there was something where I was saying you're not allowed to say any colors. So it's now illegal for you to say the word blue or red in class. I'm violating your freedom of speech, and like if this became a big deal, they could jump this right up to the Supreme Court and say like I'm limiting your speech in class because it's a constitutional issue. It goes here because it's a U.S. constitutional issue, violating the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. If I was violating the Virginia Constitution, it would be the Virginia Supreme Court. So that's that one in a nutshell. Yeah, I'm not going to make you guys do that. Let's keep going. And here's our state courts. And I'll double check the chat for questions here in a second. Okay. Um, so we're working our way up again. Again, every time you see an arrow is a appeal. If you ever get a graphic, they're not going to give you all this information on a test ever. My test, SOL test, whatever. But if you ever get a graphic like this, everything they give you is a clue. So just remember that. Arrow, 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 appeal, appeal, appeal. So every time you see one of these is appeal. It's at the bottom. So this one has to be original for something. So you see they grouped them in here. Just remember, this is cut down the middle. Okay. It just means that there's only, they both would appeal into the circuit court. Because if a juvenile committed like a super, super serious crime, they could be tried as an adult, and they would be tried, and it would be a felony for sure. So it would be in the circuit court. So, anyways, here's your little dividing line, right where it says the and. General district and juvenile both have judge, no jury. I'm going to just do general district right now because I think you know what juvenile is. General district, so we have misdemeanors. That's your small crimes. Speeding tickets, stealing $10. Maybe you get into I don't want to, make you guys think about it, or you drive your car into a speed limit post sign or something. I don't know. Something small. Okay, no lives are in danger, nothing like that. Remember, misdemeanor, small crime. Civil cases generally involving lower dollar amounts. So I'll make it obvious. I'm not gonna confuse you guys with this one. There's a big difference between running over a bicycle, you running over my bike, or you crashing into my Lamborghini. So essentially, lots of money involved, small amount of money involved. That's just how you gotta think about it. Um, and then for juvenile and domestic, so juvenile, if you guys commit a crime, you're going to juvenile court. And domestic relations, these are your custody, your divorce, these types of cases. Domestic meaning, in the family and relations. Circuit court, so if I could give you a piece of advice, this is your serious court. Okay, this is where the serious crimes go. So judge with a jury. Just don't even worry about that word without. Just ignore it. With a jury. You see the word original again. So serious crimes start here. They skip over general district and go straight to circuit court. Not straight to jail, because that would be a violation of due process. Haha, civics joke. Anyways, so original for felony. They're also going to be original for civil cases. You see the big money cases. Okay, if it's like we're talking somebody ran a car into your house, that's not something you take care of in general district. You're going to go to circuit court because you're looking for maybe 50 grand or 100 grand depending on the damages. Or maybe they need to buy you a whole new house, so that's going to be there. You see it also as appellate jurisdiction from district. They didn't put the word general in there, but general district court. So, if you didn't like your outcome of you stealing $10 and you were found guilty, you could appeal it. See, arrow. You could appeal it to circuit court. So, let's go to circuit court. You are now found innocent of stealing the $10 because of a mess up in the evidence collection. Well, the state's not happy, so now they appeal it, and you go to the Court of Appeals. Here we again have judges, no jury, depending on your state. Now I can say that sentence correctly. It will vary. It also might vary in the region of the state, but generally it's going to be 5 or 7. Okay, those are the two magic numbers. They like to keep them odd so that way they can have a majority. Appellate jurisdictions, again, appeals, appellate, appeals, appellate. See how that goes together? So that means that they're going to hear cases only on appeal, appellate jurisdiction. Supreme Court, again, top level, Virginia, dealing with the Virginia Constitution. Again, they could hear an appeal, so if Court of Appeals can't deal with it, it could technically go to Virginia Supreme Court. It could also be limited to original. Again, if your case was dealing with something vital to the Virginia Supreme Court, like, I don't know, let's say it was a Virginia voting law, and like they were saying voter suppression, for instance, like this law will make it to where you have to be able to stand on your head for 20 seconds straight to be able to vote. You would say it's violating my right to vote as outlined in the Constitution, and straight up, you get to skip all these steps, and you go straight up here, which is what limited original is. You skip straight to the front of the line, so they can hear the cases. So again, this means it's a really big deal, limited original. It means this case is changing the way we have a rule about our country, or rule about our state in this case. So a lot of the stuff will be, other than that, just the basis of knowing where things go is the wording. Jurisdiction, we've gone over. The right to hear a case. You know what civil and criminal are. They're not going to be on there, but you need to know original, where it starts. Appellate, hearing it something like for the second time or third time. Basically hearing it on appeal. Limited original, getting to skip ahead and go to all those ones. Juvenile, you guys know what that means. It's you guys, like, kids. Anything back here? You should know what felony is and misdemeanor. Again, felony, serious crime. Misdemeanor, not so serious crime. Let's see what questions you guys have. Oh wow, there's actually a decent amount of people here now. There's only one test tomorrow. It'll be around 10 questions. 9 was the number of justices for the Supreme Court. Court of Appeals is 5 to 7, as I stated. You were informed, Eric. I told you guys in class. For the Virginia Supreme Court, Rami, again, it's going to be stuff dealing with the Virginia Constitution. That's really what's going to happen, okay? Just like the Supreme Court, U.S. Supreme Court, they're only going to deal with about, let's say, 100 cases a year, so, or maybe even less, because, and because of that reasoning, they're only going to deal with cases that are of vital importance or significance that are going to change the way we live our day-to-day lives according to the state's constitution, or if it was a federal thing, to the federal constitution. So they're not going to deal with you stealing $10. The Virginia Supreme Court's never going to hear that case because, no offense, not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. So let's do this. So you can see this is 10A. This is, if you were to look it up, this is what we're going over. If you really want to, I could show you the PDF of what it's on. That's what we're going to do. Don't worry about this question down here. It's magistrates. We're no longer required to teach you that, but essentially they do the grunt work for judges. Like when a cop needs a warrant, they go see them. When they need a subpoena, they go see them. Arrest. They do the stuff that's outside of the trial per se, but no longer really required to. So why don't you guys take a second? Let's do right here. Let's go. Let's do these ones in blue. I'll leave them highlighted. It's 7:44. 3 minutes. See what you guys can come up with. You can answer in the chat. I'm not gonna check the chat for 3 minutes, or you can just write it in your own paper. Or just say it in your head. You don't gotta say anything technically. And then we'll see where you guys are. See how well you feel prepared. Okay. Sorry, I want to do something while you guys are busy with that. I gotta practice since you guys are all wanting to challenge me. That's not the site I use. Let's try this again. Oh, don't tell me it's not working now. All right. Do, 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 do. Oh, 7:47. All right. So let's take a look at what you guys came up with. You would beat me. I don't know about that, Chris. Let's be realistic. Do they only deal with crimes or civil cases? I already answered that one. All right, so you guys, let's see how you guys did here with the questions. I didn't see really too many people answering in chat, which is fine. All right, so power of United States federal courts comes from, you should know this by now, the document that keeps coming up, Constitution. What federal court has original jurisdiction in most federal cases? U.S. District, because as we showed earlier, you can go back here. At the bottom, starts there, even says it, original jurisdiction. Was the only federal court with a jury? Well, let's count down from the top, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Oh, look, it says with or without, ignore the without, jury. So, third one down has a jury. What court normally hears appeals from U.S. District Court? Well, let's look where the arrow goes, because that means an appeal. U.S. Court of Appeals. What court is the highest court in the United States? I'm not even going to show you. You should know that by heart by now. U.S. Supreme Court. What court has limited original jurisdiction in the cases of states and foreign diplomats? So in this case, it's saying, what if Virginia and West Virginia squared off? Remember I told you West Virginia kind of seceded from Virginia during the Civil War, and then they just kind of never talked about it ever again, and the Supreme Court would never rule on that case? Yeah, what if that case came up? Well, it would go straight to the Supreme Court, United States Supreme Court, because they're the only court that has the jurisdiction to deal with a state versus state matter, or a state versus another country matter, or anything like that. So that's that question. The power of the Virginia courts come from, ready? Look what's different from right here. United States courts, Virginia courts. U.S. Constitution, Virginia Constitution. See the trickery going on? The only Virginia court with a judge and a jury? Well, let's do that math again, 1, 2, 3. Oh, look, it says with or without jury. Again, ignore the without, because it's pretty much always going to have a jury, for the most part. So judge with a jury, circuit court. All right, let you guys do these ones really quick. See any questions? Yeah, Chris, don't spread lies, Chris. All right, go ahead and do these questions really quick while I lose to the computer. Cause I can't see all the way over. We're gonna guess, and I'm good there. See, I won. Yay! I wonder if there's a way to put this on hard. Alright, show you a trick. I can win with not starting in the middle. I gotta remember how I did this. That's the middle. It's throwing me off because I can't see the far side. I'm gonna check it in 1 more minute, guys. Chris, are you watching? Just so you know what you're up against, so you know you're gonna lose. Maybe I'm talking too much right now. Now I'm gonna lose. I don't know. Now we just get to fill up the slots. Which way do I want to go first, though? Oh my god, I didn't even see it. I lost to the computer. I'm a baddie. Oh my gosh. Didn't see it. Alright. Abdel, I will answer your question in 1 second. So that's for criminal and civil cases. All right, I'll come back to that one, Abdel. I'm just going to go through the questions now. All right, so what court hears cases involving minors, family members, juvenile minors? Should you get away? Anything with kids going to juvenile? Okay, and yeah, I'm not going to be trying to trick you guys with that. What court hears misdemeanors in cases involving small dollar amounts? Small crime, small amounts, general district. If it's not a big deal, go to general district. Okay. What court hears felonies in cases involving large dollar amounts? So the serious court. Again, just general district, not so serious. Circuit, serious court. I'm telling you, make that distinction, makes your life a lot easier. People mix them up, and that's where they lose points. So felonies in case involving large dollars, circuit court. Circuit court. Blah. All right. What court hears appeals from general district court? So the one on top of general district, again, look at that, circuit. It's like there's an arrow pointing to it. What court hears appeals from circuit court? Look at that, there's an arrow pointing to it. Court of Appeals. What is the final court of appeals? Oh look, it's on top, the Virginia Supreme Court. I'm telling you guys, writing this stuff down makes it a lot easier to figure out. Like, even if you don't remember all the stuff in the writing, okay, it's not the end of the world, but if you can just get the order down and then you write that down, like even on the SOL, this is not it's not against the rules for you to do this. Like, once they hand you that paper, you can start writing stuff and just write it down. If you know, like, you might forget something, write down the order, help y'all out. And again, yes, this is magistrate, not going to be on the test. Okay. So you can see, like, we got all this stuff we can eventually go over. If you're wondering, just a preview, this will be and this are going to be combined to make one test, and then this will be the other test eventually. The only thing I'm testing you on tomorrow is this stuff. Okay, so basically just know where stuff is and where it goes, and you're good to go. What's up, Alan? How you doing, buddy? All right. And Abdel, what'd you ask me? What steps for criminal civil? I mean, we can go over that in class, Abdel. That is not going to be on the test tomorrow. Anybody got any questions for me for tomorrow's test? Good to hear, Alan. They're getting ready to do the mock trial on Tuesday. I don't think some of them believe me that I actually dress up. Like, I wear the wig and the cloak and I have the gavel and everything. Alan, are you still here? Go ahead and tell him. I'm not giving you a homework pass or assignment pass. I think that's a ban-worthy offense for me. I think begging for an assignment pass is a timeout. Just do it nice and slow. Time to put this back into, there we go. Oh yeah. There we go. Gotta get that one back started up again. Yeah, see, Alan liked it. There you go. So anyways, that's the test, guys. I think you guys will be fine. You were doing a lot better when we did the Kahoot today in class. And I saw on the study guide you guys were doing a lot better as well. So I think you're a lot more prepared than you were for that first quiz. You can still retake the quiz too if you would like. You're always questioning. The hardest question is you guys are going to screw up general district and circuit. You're going to mix them up. I don't think it's a question really, but what's going to happen is somebody's going to put down felony in general district, or they're going to put misdemeanor, original for misdemeanors for circuit, or something like that. And that's what always happens. Most people get Supreme Court. Most people get Court of Appeal stuff. And even they can at least understand federal means U.S., so they'll go with that. What people mess up is general district and circuit. So I would just make a point not to do those. I mean, if you don't want to write anything, just write down those two, and that'll help you out a lot. Around 10 questions. I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head. Any other questions before I sign off, guys? Civil and criminal's not on the test tomorrow, Eric. It'll be on, that'll probably be like next Thursday or Friday or something like that. I guess at least you got no more notes until then. We already went over all the stuff. And for any parents listening, they have a study guide for that as well. We went over half the study guide today, and they have another half study guide that is due by Wednesday. In case they always say I don't have any homework. And they had time to work on it in class, so it's their fault if they didn't get it done. That's right, I'm selling y'all out. Me what, Chris? I said you do have homework. It's to finish that study guide. Um, okay, you were given class time to work on it. However, people could have used that class time to be working on the third quarter glossary, which I did assign as well. So students, especially if they have independent study, can be working on that independent study, and they will be given class time, like after the test, say tomorrow, that they could be working on it. So that way, they know that nothing's due tomorrow. A little bit, just study for the test. The, I was saying that the study guide was due eventually next Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. Because we're doing the mock trial Tuesday. Yes, it might carry over to Wednesday, but I want to have that to go over on Wednesday. So I'm going to check it like I did today. Remember, it's homework, so it's your choice whether or not you want to do it. But if you don't do it, you're going to have to do something extra to earn a retake. If you're getting hundreds on all the tests, hey, it's your choice. Then you don't even need to do the study guide. You're getting hundreds already. You already know the stuff. All right, you guys feel good? I think you're ready. I don't know, it's just like I said, general district and circuit are the ones y'all mix up. So y'all get some sleep. We can, like I said, we got this one done pretty quick. Yeah. Know what? Chris? I don't understand you. Know what? Unless you're on like some huge delay and we are getting our wires crossed. You're fine. You do well all the time. I don't want to hear that. So, anyways, all right, y'all get some sleep. Oh no, Rami, I was looking for any reason to get you. You just made it easy for me. That's all. I know there's a delay. I just don't know how big of a delay because I don't want to hear myself coming through the speakers. But I can see it like when you guys type something. I can see it pop up here, so I know there's how much, like kind of approximate. It's usually about 10 seconds, 10 to 15. All right, y'all have a good one.